Greetings, punks, goths, metalheads, herberts, herbetters, Martians and subterranean folk. How you all doing? My name's John and this is the Health Anarchist channel. Well, today I've come out for a nice woodland walk. I wanted to do a nice, peaceful, relaxing walk, well away from roads and traffic and well away from people, because just one of those days when I was feeling a bit quiet and yeah, just one of those days. So I thought I'd bring you guys with me, so let's get going. So today's one of those days when I've just had loads of chores to do. One of them was returning something to Amazon at the post office. I've never had to return anything before to Amazon, and I've been on there for years ordering stuff, and it was these wireless microphones, and they just wasn't working. They were pretty cheap, but they should at least work. It was for some interviews I've got planned ahead on my channel. So anyway, I've returned those, and when I get the refund, I think I'll invest in some slightly more expensive ones, because you know, you need stuff that's going to work. So anyway, I ended up getting bogged down with loads of other little chores I had to do today, and the day was running out, but I really wanted to do a walk today, so pushed myself in the end, and I thought even if I get out for 2 or 3 hours, which I've got spare, it'll be well worth it, and you know, I'll regret it otherwise. So I pushed myself, and here I am, and going to be going for a walk through some woodland today, Swallow Wood, which is in Tintwistle, and yeah, I just wanted to be away from people, especially be away from traffic and busy roads. So this was a walk that I thought would be great for that, and it's only a short one. I've not got that much spare time today, so perfect. So this is the woodland area which I'm going to be going into today. I've been here quite a few times in the past, so I know it fairly well. So apparently there's a new social media platform coming out, and it's kind of like TikTok, and it's going to be called Goldfish Brain, and basically the longest video you can upload to it is going to be 2 seconds, so I'd like to see how it takes off. Jokes aside, I'm just coming down a bit of a slope to access the woods now. Been quite a lot of rain recently, so it might be a bit muddy today, but I don't mind. Just over the stepping stones here, and we should be entering the wood. So managed those stepping stones in one piece. Weren't the easiest ones to cross those, to be honest, but I'm a professional, mate. So whilst I find walking on moors up in the hills quite dramatic and visually impressive, I find woodland quite relaxing and peaceful, and that's one of the reasons I chose a woodland walk today. So while I do love the big dramatic picturesque walks, you know, the Kinder Scout, Mount Snowdon and that type of thing, sometimes you've just got to take what you can fit in, whether it's a local park or somewhere a bit further afield. Today it's not like immediately local, it's a short bus journey for me, but you know, it's something I can manage and something I can do, and it's better than staying in. You know, getting out, get some fresh air, great for you mentally and physically. So you've just got to do what you can and what works for you sometimes. So that being said, it still is a really visually nice walk today. If I just pan round a bit, this is the reservoir near the woods, and if you just look at that sky, it's absolutely beautiful. Those beautiful cotton candy clouds, yeah, stimulating mentally and great for the mind. So I do have a bit of a wish list where I want to go this year. Some of the places I want to go is, one, I want to go to Arborough Stone Circle near Matlock, and I've not been there for years, but it's very impressive. It's huge. They call it the Stonehenge of the North, even though all the stones are laid down flat. If you look above it, from like a bird's eye view, it looks like a giant clock face, but that's a special place. I really want to go there. There's also like an abandoned ruined village I want to visit near Rochdale at a place called Whitworth. It's near a reservoir. I really want to go there this year. I wouldn't mind going to Alderley Edge as well. I've not been to Alderley Edge for years and years. I used to go there quite often for walking. And that's a really nice walk as well. So I've brought out my other half with me today. Would you like to meet her? Here you go. That's my other half. Now, she's been nagging me all week, doing my head in. I wanted to get some peace and quiet today, but she's insisted on coming out with me. No, we're not going to Devil's Bridge today. We're just going to go through the woodland area. So, what do you want now? Oh yeah. So I'd just like to say thanks to all the new subscribers. Cheers you guys rock. It's great when people subscribe because it really encourages me to keep doing these videos, so cheers. So we've got another ford crossing ahead. I think this one's a bit easier than the last one. Like I was saying, we've had so much rain recently that they're slightly more difficult than usual, so we'll go over this one. So, I am a musician, if any of you don't know. I've been in a few bands in the past, but I've not done any for years. It's just, I didn't feel like doing it. So I've been thinking recently I might do a little bit, just do like a little project and do a few new tracks. Now, the bass I've got, it's got no strings left anymore. And I've got plenty of guitars there, they're all strung up, but I need the bass, so I was looking online for new bass strings because they can be quite expensive. So I saw some bass strings on AliExpress. Now I've not used AliExpress before, and they were saying they were like proper branded bass strings, and they were going to be selling these for 40 pence with free postage and package as an introductory offer. Now I thought for 40p I can't go wrong. I mean, if they're fake strings and actually okay quality, that'll be all right, but we shall soon see. So now I've actually got out on the walk and I'm out walking. I'm actually really loving being here, so I'm glad I pushed myself a bit today, but I reckon that's the same for most people. So it's Easter weekend at the moment, and it's a nice little bird's nest there. It's all smooth inside with like mud and mossy outside. Sadly, there's no eggs in that one. It would have been nice to see some eggs, but sadly not. You can really see those tree rings on there, really well defined. I think it's because the rain's got into the grain. So with it being Easter weekend and quite a nice day today, it's quite busy in a lot of places. It's nice and quiet here, I've hardly seen anyone. And the reason I came here is because it's so busy today everywhere. Because as soon as the sun's out, all the peasants are out because it's free, innit? I am joking about peasants, seeing as I am one myself. Pretty water coming down off the moor tops and into the reservoirs. So, got some benches coming up. Now this would be a lovely spot to do a bit of forest bathing, as they say, so I think I might have a little chill out there for a bit. So I'm just sitting here for 10 minutes or so, just soak up the surroundings, because one of my favourite things, woodland. And I've seen a couple of people. Everyone seems quiet today. No one's talking or letting on, which is fine today because I'm feeling quiet. Maybe other people are feeling the same and they've come here too because it's a quiet place. So the part of the country that I live in, the northwest, just near Manchester, there's loads and loads of countryside, but most of it is hill and moorland. There's a few little bits of woodland, but there's not a great deal of woodland, which is a shame. But if you go further up north towards Scotland, near the Scottish borders, there's some huge forests. And I think an ambition would be to go camping there and hiking. That'd be really nice. And some countries are full of forest, like mainly forest, and but it's interesting going out hiking in those places. But yeah, there's just little bands of woodland where I am, and it's enough, but I'd love there to be a bit more. So I'm actually in an alternative people's walking group, and we're going to be starting up again soon, I think in April. And it's really nice that, I mean, the abilities are very mixed, so we do nothing too challenging. Even if it's getting out for 4 or 5 miles, you know, for some people that's a lot. And so we try to make it, you know, accessible and the walk's easy so it suits everyone. But it's nice being out with other alternative people, just chatting and having a laugh. And we usually end at a pub or at a cafe, and you know, so you can sit down and have a drink and have a bit of a chat with people. But the social aspect of walking is really important. Admittedly, today I just wanted to be quiet and have a quiet time on my own, but it's also important to try and enjoy some social walking as well, when you feel like it, that is. And I do love it most of the time, social walking. So, as I was saying early on, I had to really push myself to get out today because I only had 2 or 3 hours. And, you know, I thought, is it worth it? Is it worth it? But now I'm actually out, it is definitely worth it. And sometimes you just need to push yourself a little bit, and because if you didn't, you know, you'd hardly ever get out. So it's now I'm out, I'm loving it. I'll just show you around where I'm sat at the moment. So this is where I'm sat at the moment, and as you can hear, it's so peaceful and quiet. You can hear the birds. And this is just perfect for what I needed today. And but not everybody lives with access easily to countryside places. So I've lived in the inner city for most of my life, so I just used to jump on the train or get the bus and come out, enjoy it that way. Admittedly, it wasn't as often when I lived in the city. But even in the city, there's usually green spaces you can find to walk along. Like canals, there's usually canals in a lot of cities, or big city parks. Even sat down in a big city park and having a bit of mindful time in a quiet space is really beneficial. I love how these tree roots are exposed here, coming down. So it's been a bit on and off, the weather at the moment for this time of year in the UK. We've had a few mild days, but we've had a lot of cold weather coming in as well. So from what I've read though, we're going to get heat waves in April, so I have been prepping for the extreme weather this year. I've got stuff for heat waves and I've got stuff for really cold weather, so I think I'm covered. For the hot weather stuff, I've recently got a new hat. You'll see it as soon as we get hot weather, and it's like a sun hat. It's black and it folds up like a cowboy hat, so I'll be kind of like a goth cowboy. So it's black, and I've got a sew-on patch to put on that which says Satan. So it's you know, just the sort of patch you want to wear when you're out walking in the hills and forests, meeting lots of other hikers. But more than anything, it's just a hat that I've customised, and you know, I like to put my own stamp on things, because a lot of the stuff out there is pretty plain. So you know, if you want to make it your own a bit, you've got to sometimes. So anyway, however you celebrate this time of year, whether it's Easter or whether it's a pagan tradition or whether it's something else, I hope you have a great weekend. Obviously I'm going to be following the more pagan roots of it myself, and yeah, my daughter's grown up now, but I still get her Easter stuff. I've got a couple of items for her this year. They're always your kids really, even when they're grown up, aren't they? So I've worked up a bit of an appetite now. I'm already thinking of my tea, thinking of what I can do that's easy. Got some vegan chipolatas, sausages, and I think I'm going to have them. And not the healthiest tea, but yeah, I think I'll have vegan chipolata sandwiches, or butties as I call them, and I might put a sprinkle of salad on to make it a bit more healthy and kid myself. But yeah, I don't eat health stuff all the time. About 60-70% of my diet is more sort of whole foods, but I do have easy stuff. I do have easy stuff sometimes. Sorry, my mouth was watering then, so I couldn't speak properly. But yeah, looking forward to it. So thinking back to earlier today when I was umming and ahhing about coming out, it's a weird one, motivation, isn't it? I mean, I am out every day walking. I try and do a few miles every day at least, maybe 3.5-4 miles a day, and then I come out, you know, for better walks when I get the time, like you know, I'll do like a 7-8 mile walk. That's about enough for me most of the time, unless it's a really special event. But with me being out all the time anyway, walking, I try and get in 3 or 4 miles, like I said, every day. It's something I'm always doing, so I usually don't have any problems with motivation. I just get on with it. It's like, you know, getting up and brushing your teeth and having a cup of coffee. It's just like my routine. So but when I do have I think it's because I was busy this morning and I had a lot of chores to do and I've got stuff to do later, and you know, it's I think that had something to do with it. And but yeah, it's just good to push through it sometimes when you're struggling with motivation. I could really do with going on a nice holiday. I've not been on a proper holiday for a long time. My daughter's going away later this year. She's going to Norway. She's got family over there, and mum's Norwegian, so she's got a Norwegian grandmother. She's got a lot of family over in Norway, and they're getting quite old now, so it's important that my daughter gets over to see him in Norway. So I hope she has a good time. I think she will. She's not been for quite a while as well. So me, I'm thinking of going away for a couple of days in the autumn to the Goth Fest that they have up at Morecambe now. And if I book it well in advance, you can pick up hotels at a reasonable price So yeah, that's what I'm planning this year. So it's turned out a bit of a chatty video today about this and that. I hope you guys don't mind. It's just where I'm at today. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed coming along with me on this little walk today. If you did enjoy it, please don't forget to give us a like and a subscribe if you haven't done so already. And I'll catch you soon on the next video. Take care now. Bye.